especially on I don't know. It's like I hate going down these roads with all this stuff. So I'm trying to remember all this negative stuff I've blocked out.
Oh, I'm sorry.
But it was just, no, it's okay.
It's good to purge it. You'll feel
chaos.
better.
I mean, it was just, yeah. I mean, I think the basic mindset they had was every director and every actor is an idiot, and the movie can only be good if we save it because everyone in this town is stupid but us. And that's how they would approach everything.
And when you do, or maybe because you made them think that all their ideas were put to happened. I mean, I was just wondering if at the weekend it opens at over 30 million that you have or they are aware that you can go. Nye, 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 nye.
Well, this is how that went down. When the movie, when Bob watched the movie when it was done, this is how he calls me and goes, I hate every single fucking frame of this movie.
That's your call?
Really?
Yeah,
No.
That's like a note. I hate you have to fire your editor. He's a fucking idiot. He doesn't know what he's fucking doing. I hate this. Maybe
You're not exaggerating.
Oh, no, I'm not exaggerating at all. This is what it was like every single day. And then...
how do you go to sleep?
Once it's done.
Oh, no.
Once the movie is done.
And he calls a lot, too. So your phone's always like... oh. And so... At first you try to appease it, then you're like, okay, they can't appease that. It's just crazy. So he wanted to fire my editor, who was fantastic, and we hired another editor who I didn't like him, but I didn't need him. So we had this other editor who had been an Academy Award nominated editor, but I didn't need him. So I put him in another room, and he just sort of hung out, doing stuff, making coffee, hanging around at some ridiculous rate he was getting paid. And I continued working with my editor. And then the morning, the day the movie came out, Bob calls me at 10 a.m. He goes, it doesn't look good. This thing's a fucking disaster. It's 10 a.m. I go, Bob, are any theaters even open anywhere yet? And then he calls me like a couple hours later. We're adding more screenings. This thing's going through the roof. But then Harvey calls Bob and goes, if you had listened to me, we could have done double. So then they start fighting that #1 record-breaking weekend isn't good enough. Because I was talking to some people in their office. They're like, oh, it's a nightmare here right now. They're fighting. They're screaming at each other why it's not 60 million. And that's what it was like. And then, so anyway, I go to make the sequel, which I refused to do at first because I just went out of my contract because I wanted to kill myself.
Did you have a contract with them to
I had a 3-picture deal.
With them?
Which I said... I left to do nothing because I didn't want. And then a couple of years later, they had fired 12 different directors for Halloween 2. So I came back. I go, I'll direct it if you let me out of the 3rd picture. So I don't have to do 3 pictures. I'm the only guy who negotiates lower picture deals here. I go, let me out of the deal and I'll do it. So I go to shoot that, and Bob comes to the set. He's showing me the trailer for My Halloween as if I've never seen it. He goes, every frame of this movie is fucking genius. Now, this is the same guy who said every frame of this movie I fucking hate. So, it is crazy.
How do you function under that kind of pressure? That would be too much for me to.
Well, it sounds like it's not even pressure though. It's just annoying.
It's
right?
horrible because it's not. You waste you only have so much energy in your body, and you waste most of it dealing with chaos, and very little of it dealing with trying to make a good movie.
In the best case scenario, you have a vision. Did you write the script?
Yeah.
Okay. So you have a vision. You wrote the script, and they gave you the green light on the words.
Well, that's the funny thing about them. I will say, I mean, I don't want to make it like everything's horrible. The thing that was really good was when they go, okay, let's fucking do it. Like they mean, let's do it. Like, let's literally start tomorrow and you're instantly behind schedule. Whereas everyone else that I've dealt with, when they're like, okay, well, they don't swear like those guys, but they're like, okay, we want to do this.
And it never gets done.
Was that the green light? Are we doing this? And then 6 months later, is this happening? Or 2 years later, like the Monsters took 5 years of that sort of, are we doing this? Are we not doing this? Are we doing this?
I know that.
We're doing it again. No, we're not doing it. Whereas like those guys are like,
okay, but
fucking taking so long.
So